Hello, my name is Steve. I am the Affordable Life Coach. And anger, what is it good for? There is so much anger around the world. There's so much political division, there's culture wars, and there are people who are very, very angry, upset, and we're going to talk about what to do with that anger, because if that anger is not channeled into something constructive and positive, it'll eat you up alive. It destroys contentment, it destroys inner peace, it destroys calm, it makes us feel unhappy, it makes us feel sad, it makes us feel frustrated, it makes us feel discouraged, depressed. Anger is a very reactive emotion to what happens in our environment. And I always look at it as, and this is the way I coach my clients, is we are taking 100% responsibility and ownership for everything. It's our fault or our responsibility, and it's up to us to find solutions and to take action. But what most people like to do is take the anger and just vent and complain and get discouraged and feel hopeless and feel like their person A, group A, is to blame, the politicians to blame. And while there is a lot of culpability to go around, it doesn't fix the problem of what do we do with the anger that we store within ourselves. And if we don't channel it in healthy ways, it's going to destroy us. When things make us angry, we want to point the finger, their fault, it's them. And instead, what we want to do is look at it as whatever happened is my teacher. If somebody made you angry, somebody made you upset, you don't like something's going on in our society and in our culture, it's to look at ourselves and say, why am I having this type of reaction to it? If someone cuts you off, why am I so angry towards them? If someone's rude, why am I returning their rudeness with judgment, anger, hostility? And what's within us gets exposed when we get poked. Sometimes when we get punched. I'm not talking about physically, but when we get punched with something that really, really upsets us, it exposes what's laying dormant. And if you poke or punch, verbally punch an angry person, you will see the tornado of emotions that they either have been suppressing, that they either have not been working on, and it can be explosive. But most of us don't get angry to that degree. We just are constantly getting frustrated and upset and judging others and being critical and blaming, and it doesn't serve us. And so what we want to do is own our reaction and say, oh, okay, that person or that situation is my teacher. I'm getting really angry and upset. What is it revealing about myself? It's revealing that I have a lot of emotions. I have a lot of angry emotions within me. And when you squeeze a calm, peaceful, non-attached person through adversity, that's what comes out. They handle it with calmness. They handle it with equanimity. They handle it in a very peaceful way. They're not triggered by it. When you poke a person that is bitter, angry, jealous, judgmental, when you poke them, that's what comes out. And we all are on the spectrum. Some of us, are easily reactive and triggered and get very upset and angry. Most of us are probably in the middle, and some are just very Neutral. Like, okay, this is what happened. Let me see how I'm going to deal with this. And it's for our mental health and well-being and just inner peace. And that is one of my most important values, is to have a deep sense of inner peace. It's more important than money. It's more important than fame. It's more important than power. I just want to be peaceful. And that's what I really try to work on with my clients, is having a high level of calm and contentment and not being so reactive. Even anxiety, when we get anxious about things and there's no real threat to our safety or security, it reveals something about us. It reveals that we need approval. We need people to accept us, to like us, to not judge us. And so everything from the moment you wake up is an opportunity for growth and learning if we stop blaming and putting the cause of whatever negative emotion we're feeling onto someone else. If you put it onto someone else, it's their fault and you're not responsible. And if we're not responsible, how are we going to change? I know it's a challenge, and you start with small things and you gradually work your way up, but it makes such a difference. And I like to journal to process. It gives me a little bit of a disconnect from my emotions, and it allows me to tap into my intuition or wise mind and look at, well, this is really causing a reaction in me. What adjustments, what changes, what does this reveal about me? How can I grow from this and look at this as an opportunity? And it's just a different mindset. We are being coddled and taught that we're a victim and that everyone else is to blame because of what we lack in our lives. There's a less and less wanting to take responsibility for our lives, and just like almost a heat-seeking missile, we need someone to blame, castigate, and judge, and put our anger onto them. And it's so dysfunctional because it's a never-ending cycle, because we're not growing and evolving to prevent us being as reactive. And being reactive is stressful, it's anxiety-provoking, and it's exhausting. When we're constantly reactive, it drains our battery. And so we want to, another thing I do in coaching is like empowerment. And empowerment starts with taking 100% responsibility. And there's some situations that's completely challenging and difficult, but again, you work your way up to it. And then you're free. You're not like a yo-yo, everybody's affecting you, causing you to go down, causing you to go up. You're just grounded. And how do we get to this point? Well, we get to this point through spiritual, psychological, self-development practices, whatever you want to call it. For me, and what I encourage a lot of my clients to do, is journaling. And journaling is such a great way to transmute emotional upheaval into something constructive. Another thing to do is, when we're angry, realizing, or we're frustrated, it's a call to action. If we're angry at someone because of something they did or something they said, or they were not there for you when you needed them, it's a call to action. Hey, I need to communicate with this person how they made me feel, and talk it out and let them know that it hurt me. And or it's a call to action if one of my clients, she gets frustrated with the trash in her neighborhood. And so she's doing a beautiful thing. Instead of blaming the city or blaming these terrible people that dump their trash, which would make most people angry, she's becoming part of the solution and going out and picking up the trash and getting gratitude from other people, other people in the community. And so it's like, it's so easy to complain, bitch, moan, vent, because we don't have to do anything. We don't have to take any action. And when we're having those emotional turbulence, the solution is to take action. That's why we have those emotions. They're there to serve us and to channel in a healthy, constructive, positive way. But most people, and there's a time and place for venting, and you vent, and then you find solutions. Or you vent, and then you accept, because there are some things that even taking action would not change the situation, and we just need to make peace with it and accept it as it is, and it's out of our control. The serenity prayer. I know it's easier said than done, but really practicing it and starting with small things makes a big difference. And to find your spiritual practice where you can get in touch with your intuition or wise mind or God or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, because it will guide you. It's like that wise voice is there to help us, but there's so much noise and static and distractions that it's really hard to connect with that voice. So spending time in nature, going on hikes, walking and not being distracted with your cell phone or listening to music, staring at a wall, journaling, talking to other people, just taking a hot bath, just sitting still. We need that time to connect with ourselves, and it will help guide us how to handle things that are our challenges in a very positive and constructive way. And then you get your power back. You really feel good about yourself. You feel good about life because you're no longer a puppet, where everybody else is pulling your strings and getting a reaction out of you. And there are some people, narcissists especially, they thrive on your negative reaction. They thrive on getting a rise out of you. They thrive on upsetting you or getting you emotionally downtrodden or reactive. And so we want to protect our being by setting boundaries with people and looking at our emotions as a positive thing and not to stuff them, not to distract ourselves going on screens or to go to food or to go shopping or to go turn on Netflix. It's not allowing us to spiritually breathe if we don't process and utilize the emotions and the events that come up in our lives. And that's what we do. We want to just stuff it down. And that's when little things start getting an unwarranted or unbalanced reaction, because when you stuff things down over time, it's like minor explosions or major explosions occur. And so that's why it's so important to constantly, we talk in my other videos, I talk about minimalism, but like simplifying and minimizing the baggage that you carry around and the heavy, dark, or negative emotions that you carry around. You want to be cleaning house, and you feel lighter, you feel freer, you feel more content, and you feel extremely peaceful. And I think that's what everybody wants, but we have to put effort in order to succeed and accomplish those things. If you'd like affordable life coaching, my email's in the description. Just shoot me a link or an email, and the consultation's free. The sessions are extremely affordable. And if you'd like to support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. And if you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe, and comments are always appreciated. I read all my comments, and I just appreciate all of you. I think I've been doing this like 14 years now. I've been coaching, life coaching for 12 years now, and I just want to say thank you for all your support and encouragement, and look forward to next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.